Hey everyone, welcome to Anime Facts, where in this video we'll run through the top 10 things you didn't know about Dragon Ball Super. Keep in mind, this is not in any specific order, but let's go. So, Saiyans have large lung capacity. Saiyans cannot live in space, but they can last a pretty long time without having to take a single breath before needing to resurface back to a habitable planet like Earth. Several fights where Goku was in space is shown this particular biological process for Saiyans. God, I sound like a scientist, but in this case, in the movie where he fought against Beerus, he was fighting in space for a pretty long time, but besides that, he can't live in space. But on to the next one. Dragon Ball Evolution inspired Akira Toriyama to plan out Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Evolution is universally hated by both critics and the public, as it has a 15% on Rotten Tomato. By the way, this has a better rating score than freaking Fantastic Four. Anyways, this was supposed to be the first live-action film produced by a big movie studio, but basically it's just flopped in every way possible, and as a result, this made Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, and kind of oversaw Dragon Ball GT in some ways. He was very upset as he began to plan out the story structure for Dragon Ball Super just to rebuild the reputation that it lost with this movie. On to the next one. Toriyama rewrote almost all of Battle of Gods. Upon reading the original script for Battle of Gods, Toriyama disliked it so much that he decided to rewrite the actual script entirely. In this case, Goku's Super Saiyan God transformation was changed from being a super muscly giant dude to a simple red design that we now know. And then besides that, he also put in there Beerus, where he made Beerus, or modified Beerus, from being an outright villain to more of an antagonist or someone who has no real malicious intent. And then besides that, he also wrote in Pilaf and his crew, where they were added because he wanted to keep them in the series. I don't really get why, but from what I understand, it was a personal thing for him and he just wanted to have them within the actual universe still kicking. Vegeta appearing in the Goku Black arc. So Akira, in his original outline, did not write Vegeta. He felt like it would go against the story from the Buu saga, but due to large outcries from fans, the studio decided to add him at last minute. As a result, it turned out that basically that episode when Vegeta appeared, it was the most talked about episode of Dragon Ball Super as a whole in general. But yeah, in this case, the fans won in this one. The Goku Black arc is the darkest arc in the entire series. So keep in mind, for this arc, it is basically considered the darkest arc in Dragon Ball Super. For one thing, Trunks had PTSD from the massacre he witnessed and the oppression he experienced over the years. Also, Bulma was killed by a man who was using Goku's body, and then besides that, Chi-Chi and Goten were brutally murdered by Zamasu using Goku's body on top of that, and then to top it all off, the total massacre of Trunks' universe. So technically the villains won in this fight, as Zamasu was too strong for both Goku and Vegeta to beat in their Super Saiyan God form. Goku's rivalry with Geron potentially would have started much earlier. In the original episode summaries for the Tournament of Power exhibition matches, Geron was listed as Belmont's guest instead of Toppo. People kind of assumed this was a mistake, as Toppo would appear in the episode instead, but rumor has it that this was no mistake at all, as it was originally planned for Jiren to be present instead of Toppo. The reason for this was to begin his rivalry with Goku from an early stage, to build up the anticipation. Vegeta has never been so close to surpassing Goku. So in regards to Vegeta, it often goes unnoticed in the original series how Vegeta actually compares to Goku in strength. He's considered his ultimate rival, but Goku throughout Dragon Ball Z has held a big lead over him in strength. This isn't the case where Vegeta is naturally stronger in the Saiyan saga, but Goku is able to push through thanks to the Kaioken, while later on Goku is far ahead of him in strength and tactics in the Namek and also in the Buu sagas. While Vegeta is only stronger than Goku in the Android saga, keep in mind that's only because Goku had experienced a heart attack basically. But the story's a bit different in Super. Ever since Resurrection F, Goku and Vegeta have been pretty equal. Goku does have Kaioken and Ultra Instinct at his advantage, while Vegeta now has Limit Breaker, but they're otherwise totally even. In fact, it's likely Vegeta's base form is stronger thanks to all the time he spent in the hyperbolic time chamber and Bulma's gravity room as well for the past 2 years, or 2 arcs in this case. It's doubtful Vegeta will surpass him since that isn't the point of his arc, but he's dangerously close. Toriyama joked or considered putting a Super Saiyan white form. In an interview, it was revealed that Toriyama had considered creating a Super Saiyan white form for Dragon Ball Super. This interview, and I quote, anyways, in Battle of Gods it was red, so I figured for revival of F I should go with blue. That's all. Well, actually I was thinking about having it be white, but then it would have a color clash with the next enemy, which he was referring to Zamasu, so I figured I should save it for another occasion. Atsushi Kido, producer of Dragon Ball Super, says that the strongest fighter besides Beerus is Goku Black. So, a producer for Dragon Ball Super, Atsushi Kido, oversaw the story and production of the show. He stated that either as a fact or an opinion that Goku Black is the strongest fighter in Universe 7. This to me does make a bit of sense, to be honest, because when they first fought Goku Black and Goku was stronger than him with his Super Saiyan God Blue form, but later on when Goku Black learned the Super Saiyan God Rose form, if that's the proper name, I was just thinking off the top of my head, but he was stronger than Goku, and he was also beating up Vegeta until Vegeta was pushing him back a bit over throughout the fight. But at this point, it's kind of mucky, to be honest, because I feel like he might not be the strongest. There might be some competition between him and Vegeta, or if not him and Goku. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who you think is really the strongest in Universe 7? This is including Goku Black and any other villains that we've had before. Toriyama changed the Pilaf Gang into children because he felt they were too old. When Toriyama rewrote the Battle of Gods film, he included the classic Pilaf Gang, where in the movie he turned them into kids. His reasoning was that he wanted them to stay, but they were too old compared to the rest of the cast, so he made them younger, so that way they can stay a bit more relevant compared to the rest of the cast. But yeah guys, fun fact real quick, Babidi from the Buu Saga is a copy, where Babidi was made by another villain who died a long time ago named Bibidi by splitting himself into two. And besides that is a play on words, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, a Cinderella reference. But that's it guys. If you guys like this video, definitely leave a like and subscribe if you want to support this channel. If you have any questions or any requests, write it down in the comment section down below. Until the next video, take care.